Hi, everyone. How are you guys? I just got off a 2-hour meeting. I am about zoomed out. Are you guys so excited for our agent outreach Elephant Challenge leader meeting? All right. So, all right. Did everyone do their homework? So we're going through and we're finding motivated sellers and calling people. Have you guys all found some agents to call? Do you guys have questions? Do you guys want to do Q&A? Mona, this is your first Zoom. I suggest what we're doing is we're going to have some pre-content for you guys to go through. So I still need to get that to go together. So Atia, what are your questions? Drop all of your questions in the chat and I can go through all of them. Let's see, hold on. Okay. So we've been calling. So what we'll go through first while you guys dump your questions in there. So what we're doing is Pace just announced the next challenge, which is agent outreach. And it's October 11th, 12th, and 13th. 2 p.m. Arizona, which is also Pacific time. 2, 3, 4, 5 Pacific Eastern time. So if you guys all want to go, I posted the link for the registration so you guys can get there. That is the 2-day continuance of the last. Jesse says, I thought there's going to be a 2-day continuance of the last challenge. That's what this is. Usually these are like every other month. So that's what these will be. And I know at the end, he's bringing in some really cool special guests, that it will be with like a bunch of panelists, people you all know. It's going to be really excited. Okay. So Atia says, I sent a deal the other day. It's an okay deal, not great. Also curious about reaching out and sending deals for homes that seem priced well, but need finishing. So you can send anything. The only requirement is, you have to talk to them first. They have to be open to creative or a very low cash offer. So usually people are not open to a low cash offer. And if you guys send information in there, I'll show you guys where to go. I'll put my little thing on my virtual background so you guys can scan it. Which one is this? That's for Gator. That's in a bad place. You guys can't see anything. Can you guys, hold on. www.elephantchallenge.info. It's going to say Gator Community Manager because it's the only place I can get it. I don't know why I am the Gator Community Manager, but this is for Elephant. Okay, so you can scan that and do JV with me, submit a deal. It's elephant.aurorainvest.com. And that's where you guys will put things in there. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's go to there we go. elephant.aurorainvest.com. So this is what it's going to look like. And if you guys can help me, we're going to have to change this because we need as much information as you can help us, and to tell us everything you think will help us line is not helping. We need as much information. So we teach you on agent outreach, find the 4 pillars. We need the 4 pillars: motivation, condition, timeline, and price. We need to know that you've talked to them. Make sure you put this in right. I had somebody, the baby elephant, this is your name, baby elephant, that's you. Put the seller's name in there. So I called the baby elephant when I was trying to call him. So information that's can help us. The more information, the better. We're kind of restructuring how we're doing things. So you guys should, Atia said she put something in there. Atia, what was the address? And I can look in there. Here, how do I stop sharing? Put the address in there and I can tell you, we should be getting back to you guys. I saw some people putting in the chat that like, we're not getting back to you guys. So I think we're going to change some things up. Noel says, can says, where can we access the previous Zooms? On Circle. So previous Zooms for me will be on YouTube. Previous Zooms for the Elephant Challenge will be on the replay section for the Elephant Challenge. My YouTube is in this thing. If you guys want to watch it, I stream live to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, come here. And all the replays are there. And then for mine, I put the replays at the end of the day and I'm like, this is what we talked about. Here's some links. So Tia, if you let me know what the address is, I can tell you about the deal you put in the other day. Let's see. Chris says, good to see you again. Hey, welcome. Oh, good. Don and Mike, they're really good leaders. He says, I've been hanging out with Don and Mike. They lead the Elephant Challenge. They're Elephant Challenge leaders for the Dumbo Dial. They're amazing. They're great leaders. They're amazing people. Let's see, Carlton Avenue in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's take a look at this one. I am not seeing it. The only North Carolina deal I have is on Womble Street. When did you submit it? Was it before September 11th? I talked about the realtor about 2 days ago. Let me look by Carlton because it's not, I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like on our end. So I have all of the things that are here and I have North Carolina. Let's do Carlton. I am not seeing anything. It did not come in. That's interesting. Let me see. So we should be getting back to you right away. That's probably why you haven't heard of anything. And there's nothing on Carlton on the other thing because it submits it 2 ways so we can communicate with you guys and it. So I'm not seeing it back there. Can you resubmit it? I'm so sorry. Thank you for resending it. And if that happens, you guys, and you're like not getting any responses, let me know. Like this, it just didn't come through. So we will, and I'll look at this. All right. So we're going to go over agent outreach stuff. How many guys are super, super new? Dustin, welcome. This is going to be the new link going forward. I think I made a new link because the old one was not working. Okay. Let's see. What did Rick put in here? Okay. So what you guys can go work, Rick just put something in here. And yeah, it is new. Okay, so that's probably why we only have like 50 people here today. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you guys. This is pinned to our thing. And I keep saying I'm going to do this every time. I just need to sit down on a weekend and do it and make you guys like a little workbook on like how to find things. So here's criteria for a great deal. You want a 10% or lower entry fee. What is an entry fee? Agent gets 2.5% to 3% sometimes. Assignment fee can be 10 to, I need to fix this, 10 to 15, sometimes 20, cash to seller. If there's any, I need to take these off. I had these on here for a last thing, and I think it's just confusing people. I had numbers. Arrears, what are arrears? Arrears are like, I haven't been paying my house bill and I have back payments, closing costs 2%. So also sub 4 interest rate. We don't want, I mean, it's not a great deal if it's like, I should say 3.6 below 4 is great, especially now. Cash flows on a long-term rental. There's no balloon. Do you guys know what a balloon is? Where's my chat? I've lost my chat. Okay. Okay, a balloon is like, I I kind of don't want to teach you guys this because I don't want you guys to talk to agents about this. This is not something that when we're pitching creative, we pitch. Like this is like, we're going back and forth and they're like, no. It's like a last ditch effort negotiation thing is a balloon. So we are like, okay, we'll take over your mortgage subject to, and your mortgage is 35 years, let's say. And they're like, I don't want my mortgage out for 35 years. You can say, fine, I'll refinance and pay you back and sell the house or re-put it in my name. And it'll be all out of your name at this date. Yep. Chris is right. One large payment after a certain period of time. So you can do that by selling the house and you pay off the mortgage and you get the equity out and you pay the person whatever you promised them. Great deal. Big city population. Been getting a few like population 1,000. Not, you want to think like an investor. Always begin with the end in mind. So if I am trying to sell a deal to in a big city, it's going to, at an average home price, it's going to be a lot easier than selling like a high price something in a population of 1,000. People really don't want to invest in lower populations unless it's like for themselves or they know the place well. We love landlord friendly states that are also their politics support business, which are usually red states. Blue states have a lot of restrictions on landlords, and tenants often have more rights than the people that own the house. I posted something the other day about this guy in Seattle, which is the bluest state next to California, one of the bluest states. And the guy rented his house out and he can't get him out. But the guy he's not paying rent, but he's putting up the house on Airbnb and making like $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And the owner of the house has no rights to that house because the laws in place give more rights to the person renting the house and not paying the bill of the house they're renting. So that's fun. So we keep in mind, you're probably not holding these. And if you're looking for these for yourself, just come in knowing you're going to have about $15,000 at minimum, maybe $10,000 at minimum. You've got to pay an agent. You've got to pay closing costs. You have to pay for a TC. JV with us will cost money. We can't just do deals for free. We'll get kicked out of sub 2 with the contracts. So, Lewis's California sucks for this. You guys will see, I posted this in the group chat and people lost their minds. They're like, we live in California. I mean, whatever, that's fine. But California does suck for this. California and Washington are like, and New York. So if you guys are looking and you're trying to get your first deal, so for this, we're going to JV with you on your first deal and you guys are going to get paid on these. So you earn while you learn. So the idea is just because you maybe live in California doesn't mean that you need to send us deals in California, unless you guys have buyers for this and you know somebody that's going to buy these. I'll look at California deals, but they're hard. They're hard to find buyers for. So we want to begin with the end in mind. Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Idaho, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, Missouri, Arizona, Utah, all states that are great. And people are moving there. Lot of movement into those states. As if you're in California, you know that it's a mass exodus in California right now. Everybody is leaving. Tennessee is a good one. I don't have Tennessee up there, I don't think. Yes, David, you're right. Tennessee is a really good one. So those are the criteria for a great deal. Criteria for a meh deal is like 15% entry fee, a balloon. 7 years is as low as a lot of people will go. I won't really buy balloon. I'm not buying a deal creatively myself with balloons, because it takes a while for it to cash flow. And by the time it starts cash flowing and get your money back, you're going to have to pay the people back and it's done. And an interest rate to like up to 5%. Hard pass. There's no comps. Entry fee is 20% plus or need a high cash down. which a lot of people like to ask for, a 5 years or under balloon, negative cash flow. Now, I'm not saying negative cash flow is bad all the time. People will buy deals with a negative cash flow for tax write-offs and because it will eventually appreciate. So it's a strategy. So no cash flow or negative cash flow means at the end of the day, after everything is paid, the mortgage is paid, the sprinkler guy is paid, the lawn mowing gal is paid, everybody's paid. That's your cash flow. That's what you take home and you keep. Negative cash flows means you're paying to keep it up. I just put California for a hard pass. I can't with California. It's hard. If you guys really want to do deals in California and that's your thing, you guys should go to Gary's. He is all California. He's doing deals in California. If you guys want to do deals, go to Gary's group. He's your guy. It's called something with Harry and Pat. It's like maybe Herd Up with Gary and Patrick. If you guys are like dead set on California, go to them. States that are not business or landlord friendly. Again, likely blue states are not business friendly. Why? They have high taxes. The cost of doing business is higher. They have more rules. They love rules and regulations. So I'm in Washington. I live in Gig Harbor. And if I want to Airbnb, if my house was across the street of Gig Harbor, I'm right on the city line, I would have to ask the city if I can rent it out. And then I'd have to pay to ask them, I have to pay them $2,000. And then they can give me a business permit, but I can only rent it out for like 10 days a year. And I have to be home and there can only be so many people. And the sky has to be the perfect shade of pink for me to rent it out. Like there's just like, it's my property and the city's going to tell me how to do it. So they're not, blue states love, this is not a political thing. It's just fact. Blue states love to have, they have high taxes usually and high cost of doing business and a lot of rules and regulations where you have to ask me before you can do business and then you have to pay me. So, population of a city is below 10,000 people. There's no motivation. So let's talk about motivation. You guys, what are some motivations that we've talked about that people, when we're looking for on-market deals? High days on market, if it's been listed for a long time, several price drops. You can see this on Zillow, no offers. That's right, Dustin. And it's starting to be rough for them because I think that interest rates moving to a new state, people are losing their jobs or they're changing jobs right now and they need to, there's a lot of pain with it. So you want to find the pain. The pain is they're moving. They don't have they're upside down, no equity. So they bought it 2 years ago. And like when everybody was like buying $5 million over asking price just to get it. And they owe more than it's worth right now. And then they still have to pay closing costs. They still have to pay realtors. When you put it on market, the seller pays for both of the realtors, which is about 6%. Yeah. Very good. Being sick, they need to go home. Divorce, foreclosure, moving to a new state, no equity. Those are all motivation. They're in pain. So death, Amanda, you're right. That is a pretty big pain. Death, like people are dying. I shouldn't laugh at that. That was very inappropriate. Like maybe a husband died and the wife is like, I wasn't even working at all. And I don't even know how to get into our bank account. And I got to move in with my kids or something, or they're getting old. Lots of motivations. So some of the motivations of deals that you guys have sent me that I'm working on right now, there's a guy that's just like getting old and he's an investor. There is a divorce. There is nobody wants to buy it. They put it on market, expired listing. I'm working on an Alaska deal. Who sent that one? Who sent the Alaska deal? Joshua sent it. They put it on market and couldn't get what they wanted for it. And so now I'm negotiating with him to do a sub 2 deal. And I'm like, you can get your $200,000 of equity. Yeah, Joshua, it was you. I got back to him today and I gave him 2 options. So Joshua, you found him from an expired listing, right? And I don't know if you called him or like, well, he's okay. So we'll use this one. This is a really good one. It's a house in Alaska. And for those of you that don't know Alaska, right now it's winter. Like Alaska, fall starts in the beginning of August in Alaska. They're so far north, like it's winter. Winter in Alaska, lots of snow. There's not a lot of tourism, so there's not good for Airbnbs. I mean, it's not bad. It's just harder to sell in the winter. And so he is also a tired landlord, which Mo put on there. He has moved to Texas. I don't know why he moved. Josh probably knows. He and his wife moved to Texas and they're renting out this duplex with 2 sides. And one of his reasons is it needs to be managed. Like there needs to be snow removal there because it snows a lot in the winter. I think one side is up for rent. He can't manage it and he doesn't want it. So he's a tired landlord. Joshua says, yes, I called and spoke a few times on the phone and texting, and it depends on the year for Alaska, but summers are really good for that. Yeah. So one thing with that property, this is such a good one that is just a great example. So it's really close to the airport. I used to live in Alaska, so I'm familiar with Alaska. And I also know that Alaska Airlines and FedEx, I'm sure more, have hubs there. And so when there's a hub there, they have a lot of pilots. They have a lot of pilots on turn. So airlines will want to buy crash pads. And it's like the crew goes there and they just sleep and they sleep on their turn. They just like need a shower, a toilet, and a bed. And sometimes it's just like beds. It's just like hostels sometimes. And so that would be a really good thing for it in the wintertime is a crash pad. Yes, you're right, Joshua. It also has slope workers and close to the water, also Boeing there too. Yes. So Slope is really good. Slope is the North Slope. That's up in, is it Dead Horse? Why can't I think of what it's called? That's where they get the oil. There's nothing up there. They can't drink up there. So the guys on the planes coming back are just getting sloshed. Those are fun plane rides. There's no drinking up there. They go up there and they work for like 2 weeks or 2 months and come back to their families. And then they come down to Anchorage. So, also close to water, it's a port. So it's a really good place, but a lot of people may not know with Alaska. So that's a really good one. He has it rented out. He has a low interest rate, 3.8%. So it's just a perfect deal. It will make money. So that is like, he found the pain. He followed up on an expired listing. It did not sell on the market. He's like, I want $850 for it. And he kind of laughs because he knows he's not going to get that $200,000 in equity. And I told him, I'm like, if you let me pay it over time, I'll give you your $200,000 equity. I'll pay $850 for it. And if he were to sell it on market, he'd have to roughly 8% is what he's going to have to pay for 2 agents, closing costs, tax. Then he has a big tax bill. That would be like a $200,000 tax bill because he made $200,000 on it that he's got to give to the federal government. So it makes sense for him to let me give him $200,000 over time. So that's a good example. What's another good example? That's a really good example of a good deal. All right. So let's go and look at how this is for the new people. We'll be real quick and then we'll do some calls. So when I'm looking for agent outreach, that means they're on market. I like Redfin. Let's clear my filters because I was doing my own search. Okay, so how do we do it? The first thing, let's pick I'm going to have you guys pick for me. Put in the chat, where should I look? What is a good market? Remember, we want markets that are landlord friendly. People are moving there. Atlanta, Mona says. Las Vegas, those are good ones. Nashville, Texas. Perfect. We have 3 Las Vegases. So I'm going to go for Las Vegas. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write in my Googler Las Vegas median home price. Why do I want the median? That means the average. I want to stay around this, because the more average the home price, the more buyers there are going to be. If I find a $15 million house in Texas, there's going to be, especially in Texas, there's going to be a lot of not buyers. Yes, it has the most buyers at the median. So we're going to do Las Vegas housing market. The median listing price was $441. So I go like $200,000 up for that. So I'm going to do in my search, 441. I'm going to do like 641. I'll go up to 7. That'll be kind of pushing it, but let's go to 700,000. I like to stay above 1 bed, 1 bath, because you guys have all heard me talk about the 1 bath debacle or bathroom. Is there anybody that doesn't know that? When somebody buys a house and they live with 2 people in there and someone's taking a shower and the other person needs to go number 2 really bad, they can't go in there because there's only 1 bathroom and the other person's in the shower. Then they got to go find a McDonald's, or they got to be like, hold on, I'm going to poop while you take a shower. It's just like, it's not ideal. So I like to do above 2 bed, 2 bath. Also, there's more buyers for 2 bed, 2 bath and above. Yeah, Chris is like, I don't know, but I can imagine. It's not convenient at all. So I like to do houses. Come down here, time on Redfin. So I like 90 days plus, because that means the market is not buying. They have been on market. I wish you could search by how many price drops they have. I like to exclude 55 plus communities because those are hard to sell. I don't really do anything else. Sometimes if you're in here and there's like a ton, you can do like motivated seller finance. I don't really do anything. Okay, so we're where I live right now. Let's do Las Vegas. So this is how you see there's a lot. Does anybody know Las Vegas and like what a good area is? I think Henderson's pretty good. Paradise, Henderson. So we'll zoom in over here. Yeah, Jesse says Henderson. That's what I thought. Henderson, I think, is where like the locals live. So I'm in here. I've put my motivations in here, and then we start looking at them. So let's look at this one. I like to be like, okay, there's a price drop. The list price was lowered by $10,000. So that's a motivation. They're like, fine, just buy it. I like to come down to the bottom and see how many price drops there are. Where is it? They always hide it. Okay, so there's just one. Looks like they listed it July 6th for $480,000, and they dropped it December 26th for $10,000. So there's some motivation there. I like to look at the pictures. I like to look and make sure, does it look like somebody lives there? If not, it's probably a flip and there's hard money, and just don't even, if it's gray on the side. So you can see there's like smudge right there. It looks like a human lives there so far. Yeah, this does not look like it was staged. You can kind of tell if they're staged. I mean, it could be staged. It's okay if it's staged. It kind of looks staged. There's like, it's fine if it's staged. But if it's like, looks like nobody's lived there before, it looks brand new, everything's gray laminate floors, gray walls, white cabinets, that's like a high sign that it's, yeah, there's like no cold. So it's not bad that it's staged. It looks like it's staged. It's just there. So I look at it, it looks like doesn't have hard money on it. And then I'll call the agent and ask for the 4 pillars. Let's see if I have anything. Do you guys know what the 4 pillars of real estate are? Let's see if I can find it on Google. That's not it. It's motivation, condition, timeline, and price. That is right. You guys got it. So that is motivation, condition, timeline, and price. So that's what we kind of want to ask the agents. We don't need to ask about the condition unless there's no pictures. So we just want to build rapport and just kind of ask around. And what we like to do, I like to say is, hey, I'm Carly. I'm calling about 123 Main Street. Do you have a minute to talk? And they'll say yes. And then you say, I like to say, so you guys don't go get agents. We are your agent. Just, you want to talk to the listing agent. So I'll come here and let me find my listing agent. Redfin likes you to go to this person, which is really big. That's not a listing agent. You need to find listed by Joel Torres. And this is his information right here. So you want to go to Joel. He's the one that knows, and reach out to him and be like, hey, how's it going? You have any offers? I'm calling about it. Just so you know, I don't like to say I'm an investor because they're like, you're going to cut me out. You're going to give me the lowest price. It just is makes a wall go up. So I'm just like, hey, I buy and sell real estate. I can represent myself. So they don't think they're going to double in the deal. Sometimes they're like, yes, I can represent both. And it's good to disclose that and then be like, hey, I'm just calling about your 544 Silent Springs Drive. Can you tell me about it? Open-ended questions. Do you have any offers, any activity? Why is the person moving? You can ask for, if you want to ask about condition, you can be like, how old's the roof? How old's the HVAC? How old's the plumbing? High ticket stuff. Timeline. It looks like they're already gone. You can be like, looks like they don't even live there anymore. It sounds like they're already gone. Why are they selling? And then we kind of go in and say, I'm sure you're getting a lot of these because especially in Vegas, they probably are, but we are, would your seller be interested in more of a creative deal? And you explain what that is. It's not traditional. And then you don't have to know a lot. If they're like, I don't want to learn more, or I would be interested, but I'm not quite sure. You can just submit it to us and we'll reach out to them. So do you guys want to make a call? Atia says, by the way, Justin, thanks for the Never Split the Difference. Great book. You guys, that's such a good book. Such a good book. I read it once a quarter. Such a good book. It's all on negotiations. All right. So who wants to call? Raise your hand. Atia, yay. Has to unmute. How are you? Hi, good to see you again.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Should I just call from some that I was looking at?
Yeah, you can call. If you're going to call from ones you were looking at, tell us why you picked it. And
or if you have something I can call, you have lists up for Las Vegas, I can call one of those too.
You can call whatever you want. Just take us, I'll let you share your screen. Just let us know why you're calling it. And then if you, just call away. And if you want, we can go over things too, but I think you're pretty good.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to where I was. Okay. So I had a question before I call on this one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Share. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so this was one of the questions that I had. So this is in Atlanta. It's got, a lower than mid-range price. So it looks like it's not a finished house. Mm-hmm. It's got some things that still need to be done. So that's what I was curious about.
That's fine. You can find, so for that, you want to make sure you buy it. We call it buying deep because you're going to go find a buyer for it. And so you have to have enough room. You're going to find a flipper.
Right.
These are a little bit harder because when they're for a flipper, because it's on the market. So you have an agent taking 3%. You have closing costs. It's just a high entry fee to get into this. So you just have to make an offer that's really low. So what it's offered at 200,000, do we know what its neighbors go for?
So, sorry, I just pulled this up
It's
before
okay.
the call.
So what we can
Um,
look for,
What's interesting too is I noticed they put it on in May at 165.
yeah.
Then they bumped, then it looks like they relisted, it was under contract pending, and then it fell out, and then they relisted it at a higher price.
Oh my gosh.
And they changed the price again a couple times. So it's like they're trying to figure out where the market is.
I know. And that's a good thing. So it's good that she scrolled down and looked at this before calling the agent. Be like, can you tell me what's going on with this house? It looks like it's jumping all over the place. Like,
So
do you have a lot of offers? Do you have anything in there for it? And you can just be like, I see that the price is just like, what's going on with your
Right.
pricing? You don't want to be accusatory. Be like, why can't you sell your this house, agent? Do you know
Right.
how to list a house? You don't want to say that, but you just want to be like, what's going on with it? So it's not bad. It might be good. So what's the address on this one?
Okay, so that is 2415 Main Street Northwest. I don't remember if I had a chance to put it in prop stream yet to see what's going on.
Okay. So I'm just gonna log into Privy and just
Okay.
share the screen real quick. And I'll show you guys. I'll let you have it back. Oh, that's not the one I want. Okay, so tell me the address one more time.
It's, hang on, let me go back. Oops. It's 2415 Main Street Northwest in Atlanta. Do you need the zip code?
Nope, it pops up right here. So what I'm doing, Privy's nice because you can see what it looked like before. So it looks like
Oh, wow.
bought it like this, and then they started renovating it, and then they opened up the walls and were probably like, oh shit.
I think it's financed and they've only had it for like 5 months.
Interesting. Okay, so
I
this says
think.
this is the old one. Don't miss the opportunity to fix and flip, brand new windows, open floor plan. Okay, so let's comp it. You come down here and you go to comparables. There's nothing. So there's no comps for this. That's tough.
Mm,
There's only a rental comp. Which that's one of our things. No comps can be scary.
right.
They have a new
Well, we
they have
can
a
look at another one.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's good. It's good that we're looking at this. Let's just use it as practice. So you come
Okay.
down here to property history. It's perfectly fine. You can see this is what we saw. Do you want to call on this?
Sure. Just for practice. And maybe that's why
practice.
Mm.
Yeah. This
And maybe
is
that's
perfect.
why there've
It's
been
perfect
so
for
many
practice,
price
and maybe
changes.
they'll be into it.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like there's a lot of, it looks like maybe, what is this? Train tracks? Scott's Crossing. Yeah. Let's see what part of Atlanta it's in. It's over here. So yeah, give them a call.
Okay. To find their number.
It's okay. I'll go through and look at this. Let's go to the other one. Usually it has the current one up here. Let's see. Before and after. So this is what it looked like another time. So this one you can see on Privy before this person got it. It was listed for 130. Well, oh, never mind. I take that back. It was listed 139 days ago.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I thought it said it was listed for 139 before, but it was a go. So just ignore me.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call him now. Hopefully he'll answer.
Okay.
Hi, you reached Taj Paris. Sorry I'm not able to take your call. However, your call is very important to me. Please leave me a detailed message and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thanks. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, maybe there's another number.
Um,
And that didn't sound like Horace.
it did not sound like Horace. Unless Horace is a woman. We can always call in another one if
Yeah, let's call in a
have one?
different one.
Okay,
Is
let's
this
call in
one-
another one.
Sounds like a
Let's
problem.
look at it together. I'll stop sharing.
If you want to give me one of the Vegas ones, since everyone was
Yeah.
wanting Vegas, I can call one of those.
Let's call here. I'll share my screen again. Let's do this one. Do you want to call on Silent Springs? So the way we
Mhm.
find the agent, it's right here. Joel Torres. Can you see is it big enough? 702-205-9442. Let's see how long it's been listed. 89 days. Also, there's an HOA. Ask about HOA and what their rules and regulations are for short-term and long-term rentals.
Okay, are you going to keep that screen up so I can see the
Yes.
address? Okay.
Yep. And I can put it in the chat if you want to pull it up on your own too.
Okay, and his name is Joel.
Yes. Joel Torres.
Hello,
Hi, is this Joel?
this is Joel.
Hi, this is Atia. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about a listing that you've got on Silent Springs Drive.
Yes.
Yeah, so can you tell me a bit about that property and what's going on with it?
Yeah, so the it's in a gated community, and the seller she wants to move out of state.
Hmm.
But it's a 2019 built. It's pretty much in, like, I wouldn't say almost new condition, because she traveled between here and California a lot, so she lived between both places. So it's like in pristine condition.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why they're looking to sell. She wants to be with her family in California.
Oh, okay, so she's
Yeah.
wanting to relocate.
Yeah, she wants to relocate, and nothing major with the house that's visible. They kept it up pretty good. It's 3 bedrooms. There's a bedroom downstairs. There's a loft upstairs. Pretty good size house.
Yeah, it looks like a comfortable spot.
It is, yeah.
So,
And it's really close to, it's close to Henderson, really close to there's a Sunset Station casino that's close by. It's maybe like 5 minutes away.
mhm,
The 95 freeway is close by too, so a quick commute
mhm.
to the strip. So maybe like 20 minutes away from the strip.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I hear Henderson's a good area.
It is, yeah, it is.
So can you tell me if you've had many offers?
I've had just really lowball investor offers that the seller just wasn't considering. She wants fair market price for the house.
Mhm. Okay, do you know if she has a mortgage on the house?
She does not. She owns
She
a free
doesn't.
clear.
Okay. Might she be open to something creative? I've got some partners. I've got some partners who are investing in Las Vegas and wanting to find out if, your client might be open to something that's non-traditional.
Well, she's just trying to maximize, her on the sale. I think she's leaning more to just a traditional sale when
Mhm.
I talked to her about it. So if you're looking, she doesn't have a mortgage on the house or anything, so she knows she can get quite a bit for it.
Right. So if she owns it outright, maybe she's open to something like seller finance. If
I
the
can
terms,
I could ask her.
yeah, I mean, if the terms would be favorable for all parties, you, her, and the potential buyer.
Yeah, I can ask her. The reason, when I mentioned it to her, she didn't really understand it. But if I
Mhm.
have something to present to her, I can go more into detail with her.
Okay,
She is older, so I don't think she wants to, handle too much responsibility with something like that. Maybe she might oppose it, but I could just present it to her and see what she says.
right, yeah, no, I understand. I have a mom who's aging and I'm helping her with a lot of things now, so I completely understand.
Mhm.
Okay, so that'd be great. So if one of my partners is able to jump on with you and kind of go over in more detail, are you open?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. And this is the best number to reach you on.
It is.
Okay. I really appreciate it. And I'm also curious if you have other properties that you're trying to move that have been sitting for a little bit. I'd love to find a way to help.
Well, I have two others, but I know these two for sure won't want to do anything like a seller finance or anything like that.
Mhm.
But I can give you the addresses in case you want to, do any other type of transaction. The first one is 5700 Harmony Avenue,
Mhm.
and the next one is 947 Belton Lake Avenue.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. And
Of
is
course.
there a best time to reach you for my partner?
Anytime.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate your
Of
time.
course. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That was so good. That flowed nice. That was so good. Good job. You're a natural. How did it
I,
feel?
it was fine.
Yeah, you did amazing. So I love how you were like open and you let him talk, and then you were like gonna ask a question, but then you stopped because he started talking over you. You let him talk and he started off and he's like, here's her motivation. She's moving. Here's the condition. It's a good price. So this guy was a really good agent. It's
Mhm.
annoying when you get these agents that don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I
So
talked to couple agents yesterday that were really sharp with me. It was
they?
not a good experience, yeah.
I know they're getting a lot of creative offers. So when they don't understand it, they say no, and then they think it's scams and
Mhm.
yeah.
But it sounds like this one might be, they might be open to creative.
So that is
smaller
awesome.
finance.
Yeah, that went really, really well. Should I call him back right now? Is it too soon?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say, oh, Tia just called and is available now and
Yeah. I'll give it like 2 minutes. But so someone asked it, so in Redfin it looks empty. Is that not a good thing? No, that's a good thing. It means they're out. It means they've already moved on. They're paying for a empty house and the motivation is good. So they're going to want, and it's been on market for 89 days.
yeah. I forgot
So
to ask him about the HOA.
that's okay. You did great. You did really, really good. You don't have to be like checklist through every single one. That's something I can talk about. So Chris asks, what's your Redfin search filters? I wanted to take notes. Go back to my YouTube. I'll put the replay in here and because we spent like 10 minutes doing it. Okay. Any other questions? That was a good one. That was easy. It was
Mhm.
an easy flow.
Yeah, and he was nice.
And he was nice and he was giving you info and he wasn't like, it's nice when they're nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not as nice.
Sometimes they're not. Okay, so let's call Joel back. So I'll go over what I'm going to go over. So here's something he said. They said that she's older and she probably does not want to carry it for a long time. So I am going to look at, let's see, I'm going to first look at Privy and we'll look it up and just see kind of if she owes anything on it, if she owns it wholly, she owns it a little bit, meaning how much equity she has. Okay, so let's come down here and we'll go to mortgage history. So she has a 4% mortgage for $269.91. So she has about of the equity. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to my prop stream. I just like to go here and just see. You guys, if you don't have this, don't buy it. Privy works fine. Don't feel like you have to buy it. It's just more expensive. You can, I mean, if you want, but I don't want you guys to see this and be like, should I be buying this? The answer is no. Privy will work just fine. Okay, so let's look at this one. This just has mortgage. See, this doesn't have anything. There's nothing. So, and you have to remember these have no, take it with a grain of salt. These aren't the end all be all of information. So I just kind of like to see where they are with it. Here's my phone. Let's call, who is it, John? Joel Torres. All right. So this is what happens, you guys, when you submit a deal. So if this was Atia doing it on her own, she'll submit it to elephant.aurorainvest.com and excuse me. And then we call. This is what we call. We should be sending you guys a recording right afterwards and keeping you guys in the loop. Okay, so 702. Answer now.
Hi, you've reached Joel Torres with Realty One Group. At the moment, I am unavailable, but your call is very important to me. If you would please leave me your name, your phone number, and a detailed message, and I'll be sure to return your call by the end of the day. Thank you and have a great day. Hola, se está comunicando con Joel Torres, agente de bienes raíces con Realty One Group. En este momento no le puedo contestar la llamada, pero su llamada es muy importante para mí. Si por favor me deja su nombre, número de teléfono y un mensaje corto y me aseguraré de regresar la llamada lo más pronto posible. Gracias y que tenga lindo día.
Hi, Joel. My name is Carly, and you just talked to my business partner, Atia, about your listing on Silent Springs with a possible seller finance offer. I want to talk to you guys about that. And maybe we can put an offer in with you, but I just want to make sure that we are on the same page before I just go out there and submit an offer. So give me a call back. My phone number is area code 208. There we go. So now we wait. Good job, Atia. And I'll update you guys with if he gets back to me. Hopefully he will call me back though. Let me turn off my do not disturb. All right. Who else has their hands up? Dustin, do you want to call? Everyone tell Atia thank you. And you did a great job. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, stranger. I haven't seen you here a while.
I know, it's only been like 48 hours. Hush.
I know. How's your
So-
internet today?
Better. I think it's better.
Good. Good.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Hush. I had yesterday I got called a guy agent on one, and it was like a total gut. It looked like
Okay.
it needed a total gut. And I said, well, the price was low. It's been on the market 100 and something days. So I just reached out. He never answered, but we text and he said, well, what are you willing to do? And what can I offer for her? And I said, well, I said, my partner does financials, but I'm guessing we'd be somewhere in the ballpark of 10% maybe. I said, but she does that. I'll have to have you talk to her. But first I need to know if they're open or not before I submit it to my partner.
Good job.
So he's supposed to get back to me, but I was just wondering, is that something we even touch? I mean,
Yeah.
it's tore down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not
Okay.
gonna pay full price for it.
No,
Oh,
no. And
yeah.
then I was looking in Houston. I kind of been sticking on Houston the last week, and it is old. There is nothing that's like, it's either 1940s, 1950s, or brand new. That's it. So
Interesting.
yes, I haven't seen much 160. Sorry. Hold on.
That's okay. Take your time. So I'll just talk about what he was talking about. I should put that on my deal sheet. I like to keep it. I don't like to go back to the 40s. 1950. I mean, ideally, if I like 70 is a little bit better. I mean, I wouldn't say no to a 1950 house, but you get down to like 1920. I know this is more East Coast, is where they get like houses built in the 1800s. That's tough because it's old plumbing, old electric, old everything, which equals money. So I just was commenting on that. Okay, so they're old.
Yeah, pretty much most of Houston, what I'm seeing is 1940s or older, some 50s, rare to find 1970s. If you get out to kind of where the suburbs are, you can find some 70s, but it's like really old, and then they tear them down and put up brand new 2023 places. So
Wow.
yeah, that's kind of the vibe there, but I'm still calling on them. A lot of the 1940s, it looks like they've done some fix and flips, and some of them look decent. And then, but you never know what's behind the wall. You know, you don't know if they kept that old electric or what, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm finding. So I'm probably not going to spend much time in Houston just because.
And new houses aren't bad. New houses might mean they don't have equity.
I was looking at some of that, and there was some good rates on some, but they're just, I mean, they're not looking for seller finance. I mean, I'm going to keep trying, but most of the time they're like, no, they're moving. They want their money. And I was like, okay, well, if it works out or it doesn't sell, we're
Yeah.
here, call us back. So I got 2 ready to go.
All right. Where
I'll
are
get
you
my
looking? Are these in Houston?
Yep, these are in Houston. I already did my little process. David's been getting on me. I handwrite everything first. So if I don't handwrite and pull it up, then it kind of catches me off. So Tia was doing hers. I pulled up a couple. Can I do screen share on here?
Oh, yeah. You should have screen share ability. Yeah, you do.
All right. And boom.
Ron asked if these are failed listings. Are these high days on
Expired?
markets or failed listings?
They're the high days on market. Yeah, 119 days.
Okay, that's a good one.
So this one's been on the market forever, 180. This area average is 320 something. I set my search to 400, but doing a little bit deeper dive, it looks like it's actually about 260. They changed the average here recently, and I think it's because of that new construction, but most of it looks like 260. So you got to kind of do a little bit of digging. I think this one was cash. They own it outright. You check. Comps were, I got to move you guys over here. It's only got 1 bathroom, 1950. So it's not like an amazing one. I just figured for doing some calls. But it's been on the market for a long time. So there's a lot of pain there for sure.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this is 1936, but this has clearly been remodeled, and they're doing.
So that would be good for ARV after. Repair.
Yeah.
Well, and not if it's 1936, but you see what a 1936 house can go for. So it's not a good comp, but you see that it's an older house and it's for 310,000.
The 45,211. This one's quite a bit closer, and it's 80. So, it's
So what Dustin's doing is he's looking and he wants to find comparables. So it's like within the same date that it was built, with same beds, same bath number, same close to same square footage.
So I would say right out of the gate, without, I mean, doing much digging, that this is really overpriced. at 180. This isn't a 180 neighborhood. I mean, the thing that's closest to it is 80 grand, which might have some issues in it. That's why it's so cheap, but it's
Yeah.
more like 100 and a half, and this is probably remodeled. So I would say right out of the gate, this is probably overpriced. I just grabbed it quick to call. Had some, looks like they haven't dropped the price at all. Active, inactive. So they weren't getting any bites, so they pulled it off and then they put it back on to try to get like a fresh.
Yeah, that's a sneaky tactic.
Yep, a lot of agents do that. They say if it doesn't get a bite in the first 4 weeks, then it like loses the energy. So
Yep.
they'll pull it off and then put it back on. Yeah, there's no mortgage here, so it looks like it's owned outright. And then Rick, Mr. Daniel's been getting on my butt about these taxes. So I've been watching the taxes. It's all over the place in Houston.
It's
I mean,
okay. Texas is notorious for high taxes. It's okay to have high taxes, and
This
you're
one's
gonna have
not
that.
bad. Yeah, 1,700. This
Yeah.
one's not bad. But I'm seeing 5,000 down to, I mean, I saw one the other day that was like 700. And it was a decent house. So you really got to look out for that. That makes or breaks if it's going to be good.
I
Doesn't
don't
make or break,
think-
but
Honestly, I don't think it's gonna break it if it's in Texas, if the taxes are high, because Texas, it could break it if they're really high.
Yeah.
But Texas
Texas
is
taxes.
known, Texas tax is known to be higher, but what offsets it is they have no income tax.
Yeah.
So
okay.
there's that. So like there's that no income tax will even it out.
All righty.
But let me just show you real quick. I'm going to put in something. I'm going to share my screen just real quick.
Yep.
I'm going to take you off. I'll put you back on.
Yep.
I think it was Chris that said that this is a good comp. So it looks like it's very close. 2-bed, 1 bath, 900 square feet. And it is, where's the price? Sometimes they have a price that they would be. This one says they think it would be between 150 and 177.
Yeah, they're
So-
high for sure with the 180.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you guys that. That was a good find. Thank you for finding that, Chris. You can share. your screen.
Loverous. Mr. Loverous. This is that is a unique name.
That's a name. All right. Wish everybody, wish Dustin good luck, everyone. Mona, I'll put a comp sheet up for you so you can find out how to look at that up.
Is this Loverous? Dustin, I'm calling about his listing on Cashmere Street in Houston. All right, thank you. Hi, this is Dustin. I was calling about Loverous's listing on Cashmere Street in Houston. I am looking for some information on this listing. Me and my partner are buying in this area, and she represents us on the seller side and on the buyer side, and then we work with you guys on the seller side. And I just had a few questions on this one. Are the owners still living in the property? No, they're out. Okay. The pictures look like it might need a little bit of work. Do you know if they've updated anything in the kitchen or bathroom recently? Okay, and then how about the HVAC? Do you know how old that is? Okay. All right. Well, it looks like on this one here, what we try to do is we buy these and we turn them into rentals. Is there any rental restriction on this? There is not. That is excellent. That is perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. And we are going to be buying in this area. So I guess my next question is, do you know if the seller is open to owner finance or seller finance on this one? They're not on this one? Okay, and then do you guys have any other listings right now that have been sitting on the market long like this that would be open to seller finance? Okay, okay. Well, if something happens where this doesn't move or they change their mind, please reach out to me. Like I said, we're going to be buying in this neighborhood, and I think this one would work with us. My partner does the financial side, so she would if it works out where it's something that, you know, they're willing to have some other options, that you could reach out to me, and we'd love to work with you guys. All right. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love it. Short and
Oh.
sweet and got straight to the point. So, something I like to say is like, oh, they're not interested in seller finance. It looks like it's been on market for 155 years.
Yeah.
What's his plan if they don't sell it
Yeah.
and take him down that road? That's a good one too. I mean,
That's,
that
I was
was
kind
great.
of hinting at
There's
that with
no
the,
critique.
yeah, I was kind of hinting at that with like, if it doesn't move, because obviously it's been on the market for a seriously amount of time. And
Yeah.
it's not moving, and it doesn't look like they're doing price drops. They're just shuffling when it's on or off. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I need to get better about that for sure, because
You're really good. You get to the point. You're very conversational. You're very confident. It's amazing. So
and the other one I had is, move you guys, slide you guys over again. No, is Maxine.
cute
There
little
it is.
house.
Okay, this is what I was talking about. So they have this one paid for cash. And it's got that wood paneling, old stuff in here, but they painted over it. The floors look new. So I mean, they've done a little bit, maybe a lipstick type deal on this one,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's definitely an older house. It is,
It looks like it could be a flip. How long
yeah,
ago?
yeah, I think somebody did a lipstick job on it. It's,
Yeah.
what is it, 1947? I mean, it's just, this is just Houston. I mean, it's just older. Little bit bigger place, still one bathroom, which I know is not great, but yeah, somebody definitely did a little bit of a dress up on it. And
Go down to the mortgage and see if there's hard money on it.
This is cash. It's paid cash.
Oh, cash. That's right. That's right. That's you
Yep.
said that.
I didn't think it was an LLC. No, it's not. Yeah, it's Linda Yolen. It's not an LL. I mean, who knows? She could have put her LLC in her name, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's a private owner. Yeah, I checked that first. And then this one does have some drops here, but then I've been seeing this too, where they drop it and then they bring it back up. Here again, it's active at 140. I've been seeing that like
Why are
multiple
they
times
doing that?
now. And then now it's down to 137. So I don't know what's going on with that, but they're even upping the price sometimes when it hasn't moved. So I don't know if they're new agents or they're just not thinking right or what's going on. And then with this, the taxes, of course, were a little bit higher. But
That's funny.
yeah, I thought, you know, the comps weren't terrible, I don't think. So this one is similar, but it was redone and they added the bass, I think. And that's why it had the huge price difference. I think this one was the same. They remodeled it totally instead of just a lipstick, and then they added the bathroom. So, I mean, price wise, it looks reasonable for this area on this one. So
This one looks rough because and it's right next to a freeway. So that could be another reason why it's not selling. It will be
Yeah.
hard to rent it
yeah,
on a a freeway in Houston.
yeah, this is a little
So
bit north.
yeah,
Houston, I
so you
think.
want, yep, always be thinking about like, is it going to be hard to rent? Is it going to be, is it a good location? So
Well, a lot of them use that as a selling point. They say it's right by the interstate or right by
That's
the
true.
highway. So, I mean, maybe it's for a salesperson, but yeah, I know a lot of times renters, or it's so close to just jump on the interstate and you're in the shopping district or
yeah.
so. You want me to call on this one?
Yeah, call on it. Let's listen.
All right.
Everybody wish him good luck. And then I have to jump off after this. I have another meeting I have to prepare for. I'll tell you guys about it because you guys can come if you want.
Can you hear it all with my phone where it's at?
No, you have to keep it close to the speaker.
Is that better?
Mhm.
Hi, Ruth. This is Dustin. I was calling about your listing on Maxine Street. If you could give me a call back, that'd be great. Thanks.
Love it. You're so upbeat. I love the energy.
She just texted me, so I'm gonna text her back.
Awesome. And while he's texting you back, so I have to prepare for this meeting. Anybody can come to it. It was going to be for Gators, but I decided to invite the creative group, and it's mostly for Gators. I don't know if you guys may not want to be and may not have a need for it. So it's, where's my Zoom? Do you guys know what Gator is? Gator is
Yes.
another mentorship that Pace does for lending, and it's good. They're wiring money back and forth. If you want to know about Gator though, here, and then we'll follow up with you on what your text was. Okay, so that link is if you want to know about Gator. So it's mostly for the Gators, but I decided to invite everyone because it's a good information section on. It's beneficial for Gators because they're wiring money back and forth and you don't have to go into a bank. It's an online banking situation. Really nice for business. You can do everything online. It's pretty cool. Anybody can come to this one. If you just want to know about it. But if you're like, I have no need for an online bank, why are you telling me about this? Then don't come. All right. So Dustin followed up with a, here's the link with a, that's the Zoom, you guys. I just pasted it. So Dustin's following up with a text. What did you say, Dustin?
I put, hi, Ruth. I'm Dustin. I was looking at your listing on Maxine Street. Just have a few questions. I put that every single time.
Love it. And why is that good? Why is that super good? That's a
As
great-
soon as because I go through the day when I'm calling, I have a ton of these. So as soon as they text me back, I can see on like the list of text, the first thing I can say, hi, Ruth. So I know who she is right away as soon as it pops up. And then I can start talking like she's the only person I'm talking to. And then I'm being vague. I'm not laying it all out there. So I'm more likely that she's going to call me back or text me back. And then I can build the rapport and then lead into, you know, what I'm interested in and if it will work for her seller. So I always use the exact same one every single time. Sometimes they'll just text me back and say, well, what are your questions? And if I'm really rolling and I'm busy, I'll just say, are they open to seller finance? You've been on the market a long time or something. Just real
Perfect.
quick. I won't beat around the bush.
Yes.
Sometimes on the text message, I will go through the questions that we say in person to try to build a little rapport if I'm not getting a lot of answers. But if I'm answering or I'm on calls, I just real quickly, are they open to seller finance or not? A lot of times I say no. I have had maybe one or two that on text said yes. And I was able to say, okay, well, then I'm going to pass you to my partner. So it does happen. So I definitely would encourage people to do that. You know, if you're really slamming calls and you're going hard, don't waste time with the person who didn't answer or didn't have time for you. Just keep going.
Yes. Time efficiency. You don't have to beat around the bullshit, like, especially on text. People are like, it's good. He does build rapport, which is good. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's also nothing wrong with being like getting straight to the point on text. That's what text is for. People are busy. You can also be like, I'm going to be cognizant of your time. We're all busy here. Get straight to the point. Chris says, I love your energy. I love your energy too. You have good energy, which is good.
Thank you.
And, perfect. Okay. Well, I have to go because I have to get ready for this, but
Yeah, so all we have to do is click on the link and then we can jump in that one with you.
yeah, you'll register for it. The YouTube, Elmer asks, it's if you scan that thing, it will take you, but I'll put it in here too. YouTube is the replays for this. I will put them in the Elephant Challenge chat as well. And thank you guys for coming. Sorry, it was a little bit short today. But feel free to come to that Zoom. Everybody's welcome. It'll kind of be geared towards Gators, but that's okay. You guys can still come. So, let's see. Angela says, if you join Gator, do you get all the updates as they release? That's a really good question, Angela. So yes, you do. Gator is always going to be going up in price. We do like with pace is going live and training live, and then we chop it up and put it into a training material. So as there's more trainings, it's going to get more expensive because there's more to offer. You don't have to wait, but whenever you come in, you lock in your price at that. So right now I think I don't remember what it is. But you will get all the bonuses. No one's going to ask you to pay more for more trainings, but good question, Angela. So if you guys are interested into Gator, you can go to getgatornow.com. No pressure. Don't feel like you have to, but that just gives you guys information about it. So, okay, you guys, thank you. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Atia, Mo, and Mario, and Elmer. I'm sorry I didn't get to you guys. But we will see you on Monday, and feel free to put in the chat or DM me if you guys have any questions before. All right. Thank you, Chris. Chris says, take a small breather break, but you deserve it. I have been literally on a Zoom since I started. I got out of the shower this morning and got on a Zoom, and I haven't even blow dried my hair yet. So I probably need to get ready for a Zoom, at least one Zoom of the day. Okay, you guys take care. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, everybody that came. You all are amazing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.